Hello, I am Regdrin.
I suspect you are.
Well, I'm glad you're giving me the benefit of the doubt, Mr. Strange Person.
Thank you.
This is Channel 7 News.
This is Lanny York for Channel 7 News. Death and destruction hit the city again last month. St. Valentine's Street Station was the target of gangs in an attack that left hundreds dead and many more injured. The gang had been using the station as a weapons cache and hideout. Our sources indicate the gang was planning to release nerve gas into the subway system. T-Zero assisted officers in a daring rescue and secure mission, ramming a train through barricades to rescue civilians who'd been held hostage. In a new development, T-Zero's commander, Adam Wolf, is missing. Police are refusing to comment on the disappearance of Wolf. He's been described by the commissioner as critical in saving the city. Wolf served as a Marine for 18 years before leading T-Zero. To be clear, reports that he's been abducted have not been confirmed by the station. We'll have more on this story as it develops. In other news, Mayor Riot has slipped further into political turmoil. Reports the mayor encouraged brutal torture of gang members have been confirmed by several sources. Many council members are calling for his resignation. At this point, there's been no comment from the mayor's office. I'm getting reports just a few minutes ago. Channel 7 reporter Sally Taylor and cameraman Bruce Burlow were taken hostage by members of the Burners. No contact has been made from the gang to either our TV station or the authorities. T-Zero is apparently en route to where our crew is being held. Our thoughts are with Sally and Bruce. We'll have more on this late-breaking story as it unfolds. Channel 7, first for news in your city.
Where do we begin? Alright, so chronologically, nerve gas.
Yes. You know, war crimes.
Yeah. I guess street gangs can just get some of that. Or maybe there's more to these people than just them being a street gang.
Well, like some cult managed to get a hold of the nerve gas in Japan, so...
Okay, well, today I learned. Wow.
Yeah, remember the sarin attack in the Tokyo subway?
That stuff is not easy to handle.
Oh, there's a gang leader.
Sure is.
So, torture of gang members.
And the fallout of this seems to be that some people are asking him to resign. That's apparently as harsh as it's getting, though.
Yeah.
Also, I think that I like the detail that the news kind of got wrong the reason that the train crashed into that barricade thing. It definitely wasn't because we wanted it to happen.
Yep. So now we need to save a couple of journalists.
But before that, we have to just loot the surroundings.
Yeah, there might be evidence.
Yeah. Funny thing is, the mask combined with those gang pipe bombs actually would probably constitute evidence. But that's not where we're grabbing them, really. At least, not the pipe bombs. Also, it doesn't look like it immediately, but this is another place where burners will just continually spawn. From up there.
Right. And the trigger for moving on is, what?
Well, we're going to press a button, which is one of my favorite buttons in the game, and you'll see why. Also, I was surprised by the quality of this person's pathing.
20 arrests.
Yeah. But you'll see how we handle that. Also, just a big unlabeled red button.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, sometimes that's all you need.
So one of the problems with headshotting the machine gun guys is that they can't put their hands in front of their face.
Well, that's how you fire. That's how you fire an Uzi, with one hand sideways.
Did you hear that?
What?
So when you cause a head explode when another burner is nearby, they'll comment.
I see.
Now, yeah. Those things are dangerous, you know. Gotta dispose of them. Also, I'm disappointed about what that pipe bomb did. It knocked that engine off of its chains because it actually has its own physics. You can push it, you can smack your own face with that engine block, and you'll be fine, of course.
Oh, by the way, we just saw the new range of the stun gun.
Yes, it's amazing. Also, that gang leader, I have two things to say. First of all, he's right next to all that explosive stuff and you weren't told that he was there.
Yep.
So, if you happen to fire back at all because a guy with machine guns was shooting at you, well...
That's it.
Also, they all look exactly the same, which makes me wonder if they're all the same guy that we just keep releasing after we pump him in for information.
You know, they're brothers.
I guess we can go with that theory, too.
All 13 of them.
We got another action movie moment, I see.
Oh my goodness.
Now, this is a mission where you can get both the capture and the headshot objectives, and there's a little bit of room for error, but not much, so from now on I'm gonna try to keep the explosive stuff to a minimum.
But explosions are how you know you're a good cop.
Well, I can't really argue with that.
Thank God you're here, Nick.
But we're not really a good cop, are we?
Lester, are we still cops?
We need to get around the other side of this truck to find a route into the next alley. There are wounded cops pinned down around there. Looks like we'll have to wait up here till the fire burns itself out.
I think you were kind of supposed to wait here and then notice these guys were coming in and have a shootout with them, but what actually happens is my favorite sequence in the whole game.
Beautiful.
Animals can come from anywhere.
So, you think they are very persistent.
Yes. Maybe they figure that my stun gun will run out of juice at some point.
Okay.
Learn them.
Let's get a move on.
So that was 17 gang members.
Well, technically 16. I did catch one beforehand.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but as we've demonstrated, the force does not run out. Oh, this guy has some problems.
Oh, why did you do that, sir?
Yeah, that's another reason that I have to be a little careful about how I deal with burners, because that sort of thing can happen.
Yeah, they'll blow themselves up.
Thankfully, it's not as tight as that special mission a little while back.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Oh yeah, and you can tell medics to open doors too.
Somehow that seems unwise.
Yeah, but it's a little obscure, so I thought I'd show it off.
But got screwed. The rest of the guys are holed up at one of those garages. We gotta get them medical attention.
I wonder if there's a point in the game where you can tell a police officer to open a door. By the way, this encounter is actually kind of well designed. You're supposed to get distracted by the guy up here and the one to the left, while these guys are going to, jump over the fence all at once
And get blown up.
Well, yes, but if the three of them actually all start shooting at you, you are in a fair bit of trouble. Also, that's all the arrests I need. Too bad for the rest of them.
Yeah, you got the gang leader. You got all those guys who tried to climb the fence.
And I'm going to try and get more "you just blew that guy's head off" quotes, but it's a little tricky because it's random and I often shoot without zooming in because I don't have time.
Open up! I got help here! Come on, let us in!
So I'm just going to say there is a wide variety of things that they can say when you do that. My favorite being, I hate it when that
You need
happens.
medical assistance?
Nick, I'll hold back here in case you get attacked.
Come back when
You
you
go
need
on and
help.
find that reporter.
So, aren't you gonna grab some healing goo?
So find another
Looks
way
like
to get
you could
into
do
the
with some
building.
help.
Don't worry, I got that in
Should be
mind.
fine now. I've got another 2 packs.
From the animation, it makes me wonder if that was originally an item that you were able to carry with you.
It reminds me of the healing goo from Far Cry Blood Dragon.
Same universe?
Possibly.
I would be completely in favor of this. Come on, fanfic writers, get to it. Also, this level has something I don't like so
I'm gonna be
much.
busy here.
Rafters?
Come back down if you
Well,
need any medical
balancing
treatment.
in general, but yes. Fortunately, the game doesn't ask you to do this too much. We all loved that part of God of War, didn't we?
Yeah, I especially... Well, maybe, but I especially loved fighting those painting guardians.
Down here, you bastard!
Oh, yeah, I remember those too. At least we didn't have knives thrown at us during that climb. Also, I made a mistake here. I thought that I could be all stylish and shoot this guy through the grate.
Hey, get over here!
Do you know what the problem is?
But...
They didn't actually code holes in it.
Oh, okay.
It was just a solid thing that opens when you hit that panel.
Well, too bad, I guess.
I guess. This is not one of my better aiming moments, I have to admit. Also,
Yeah, I got plenty of bullets.
I didn't have time to mention this before, but I the only gun that I'm using in this level is the pistol, just to kind of show off how you can play through the entire map just with that and the grenades. Especially with the scope, that helps a lot.
I think you can just go through the game with the pistol.
Yeah, you don't actually have to use the special mission weapons. Well, you don't have to use the assault rifle.
Plus,
Now, go
well,
ahead.
plus the gang assault rifle, which shows up later, is at least as good.
Spoilers! But yeah, that also works. I don't know. This was actually rather clever placement, I think, because the guy who shoots at you from the corridor is supposed to take your attention away and draw you in that direction, but it's not actually hidden through an obscure doorway or anything. Now here I'm going to show you the uses and limitations of the smoke grenade. So these two guys. The guy in the smoke completely stops, but the guy above, well, it doesn't, because it doesn't really break line of sight.
So you're kind of hurt.
A little bit. But I gotta maintain tension, you know. Also, if you stand in smoke, you're fairly safe. I should use that tactic more, actually.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, this level loves to have guys that shoot at you the moment you open a door. Or go around a corner, although that's the entire game.
That's most games.
Let me think on that. No, it's not all games, though. Serious Sam is more likely to do that when you pick up a 1 health pill. Or just go into the middle of any room.
Or just move in general.
Now this is a place where you kind of have to use the thermal breather. Because you really can't see, never mind the comment. And I'd love to use a smoke grenade here to stop these guys from shooting at me, but there's a problem. It's tough to see from here, but there are huge gaps in the floor for the smoke grenade to go through when I try to throw it. So it takes a few tries. However, you'll immediately notice when the smoke grenade works. Yeah.
Well, that takes care of that.
So in a situation like that, well, first
You
of
need
all,
to fall through the floor.
exactly, I need to fall through the floor. And that's why I really dislike being required to use the thermal breather there, because I can't really see
Anything.
anything, but especially the thin walkway ahead of me. Well,
So that takes care of a lot of guys, but are there a lot more?
we're through a significant amount of the mission. So yeah, not only do you have to walk across a plank, you actually have to switch to another plank partway through, which threw me off the first time I was walking through. Another thing that can throw you off is that there's that other heat source there, and that since you're forced to use the thermal breather, you can easily shoot the guy even though you're not supposed to.
Leave me alone.
Hello, citizen. What bothers you?
I don't think we can help with what ails him.
Trying to rescue the reporter. Come back to me if you need ammo.
Do you think 256 bullets are enough?
Oh, I don't know.
Get that shit out of my...
Oh.
Yeah, he definitely rushed me faster than I expected. However, the smoke grenade was still useful. I imagine that when you have the routes planned out well enough, you can use smoke grenades to kill almost everything for free.
Assuming you have enough grenades.
Yeah, but you get a lot. Like, you get enough so that if you aim them well, you can deal with all of the really dangerous situations in a mission, I would guess. Pretty much the only thing that'll stop you is if they're up on a high rooftop or somewhere else that grenades can't reach.
And that's all the headshots.
Yep. This level is actually not too bad for the medals.
You got a warrant?
He asked if you had a warrant.
Yeah, that's one of the few burner things that I agree with when they say it. Like, we definitely don't have a warrant for any of this.
We have a gun.
That's all the warrant we need.
Well, here's their hideout.
Well, I think this is actually the reporter's apartment, though I actually thought that it was a hideout at first, too, and that grenade made me really nervous, because if it rolled, like, behind me, I'd have to redo the mission.
But anyway, hostage taker.
Yes.
And in he goes into the tub.
Wow, she wasted no time.
This is Sally Taylor, reporting live from the Hendricks building. My life has just been saved by heroic T-Zero member Nick Mason.
Best reporting ever. I love that this is the victory screen, by the way.
So this isn't her apartment. She says it's from the Hendricks building.
Huh.
Minutes ago, Nick Mason stormed the room in which I was being held and single-handedly rescued me from what I had assumed was a certain death. My capturers spoke repeatedly about their hatred of this city, the police, and especially T-Zero. I wasn't able to hear everything they said, but naturally I will be fully cooperating with the police department. This is Sally Taylor, live. Thanks to Nick Mason.
Now, she says right there that she was kidnapped.
Right. Also, the reporters will never say anything bad about you again.
Yeah.
So, I guess they just set their own hideout on fire for laughs?
I
mean, yeah, I know the gang name is the Burners, but you don't have to actually burn your house down to make a point.
Well, you got a damage upgrade for a gun you don't use.
Yep. Well, I believe that's the end of the video. We'll see you next time.
When we go see if we can rescue Adam Wolf.
Okay, that'll be fun. Later.
Bye.